What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be exploring Guangzhou, China. I'm here inside the K11 Mall in Zhujiang, Newtown, and I'm really at a loss for words for this area. You really have to see it to believe it. It's a Monday afternoon, June 30th, 2025. The time is 4:15 p.m. Temperature is 89 Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius. Zhujiang, Newtown is the central business district of Guangzhou. The K11 brand is sort of like an artistic brand of shopping malls. I first encountered it in Hong Kong, and then I saw another K11 in Shanghai. Ryan says 89, Nightbot says 79. Well, my iPhone app says 89. This is the Tianhe district of Guangzhou. Also, when you look at Guangzhou on my iPhone, it also says 89. So I don't know what location in Guangzhou Nightbot is pulling the information from. This is a really nice shopping mall. I'm really impressed with it. Hey, Walks in Wall Street, how you doing? Saying hope you're enjoying your travels in China. And I see you've been posting a lot of videos from South Korea as well. Hope you're enjoying your time there if you're still around. You really have to check out this Zhujiang Newtown if you're in Guangzhou or in China. I think it's really, you cannot miss this place. Vung says you love Guangzhou. I do too. Guangzhou is really an amazing city. Wow, that's strange. Nightbot is saying the temperature now is 88 Fahrenheit. That seems more like it. Right now they have this display going on inside the K11 Mall. Eddie's asking what the population of Guangzhou is. I actually don't know. I'm going to look it up right now. I do think it's like the third largest city in China. I don't know why I can't search up Guangzhou on my phone. Okay, I found it. Guangzhou has a population of 18,676,000 people as of the 2020 census. So welcome to the outside of Zhujiang, Newtown. We're going across the street now into this amazing pedestrian mall, probably like the nicest pedestrian mall I've ever walked. In this area, there's a really nice central pedestrian mall. There's shopping malls here. There's a people mover connecting the entire area. It's really like nothing I've ever experienced before. Look at this. This really like is mind-blowing. And then down here is a large shopping mall called the Mall of the World. And that's the tallest structure in Guangzhou. In front of us, the Canton Tower. Ryan Stock asking if I speak fluent Mandarin. No, to be honest, my Mandarin sucks. 我的国语真的不好的. Although I am trying to speak it from every now and then, but it never really comes out the way I want to most of the time. A lot of times I'm like sitting there confused, trying to determine what they just said. The southern part of Zhujiang New Town is home to a cultural district of sorts. I really want to show off these buildings because they're really nice looking. Paul Yu asking if I can speak Cantonese. Just a little bit. My Cantonese sucks too. The only language I could speak fluently is English. My Chinese sucks, my Spanish sucks, my Japanese sucks, my Vietnamese sucks. Hopefully I'll suck less once I start putting some work into these languages. Yeah, DB, the Canton Tower really looks amazing at nighttime. You really have to see it all lit up. I don't think I'll be staying around to see it lit up though. I still have stuff to do after I wrap this live stream up. So this building on my left is the Guangzhou Library building. This building is very unique with its architecture. It kind of looks like interlacing bricks, I should say. There's another look at the Canton Tower. Donald Duncan says, "This is so clean. This is how civilized people treat and respect their cities. No graffiti, trash, or homeless people." Yeah, something that I think we all desire in a place, right? Seeing that kind of stuff around, it kind of makes it very depressing. And then we have a building coming up over here right behind these trees, the Guangzhou Opera House, which was actually inspired from the designer Zaha Hadid. I'm not sure if you know Zaha Hadid, but she's a famous like designer of buildings. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2016 in Miami. She's really known for her like distinctive curves in the architecture. You'll see it a little bit better once I walk over here. Yeah, Ryan, all the time people talk to me in all types of languages, and I try my best to respond. So here it is, the Guangzhou Opera House, a Zaha Hadid building. Tom, if you're still around, this is a Zaha Hadid building. I'm sure you could see the architectural significance and the inspiration from Zaha Hadid. It looks very similar to many of her buildings. Guangzhou Opera House. It's really cool how they like situated this opera house right on the water like this too. Oh, you think it looks like an alien spaceship? And then there's another interesting building over here. This one's the Guangdong Museum. Later we're gonna walk up through this mall and you're gonna realize how large it really is. Donald says now with technology we can speak through an app and have it translated to any language. Yeah, you can do that, but I find that having a machine or a translator in the way, it really kind of gets rid of that human connection and it feels very impersonal. And sometimes the translation can come off the wrong way or the meaning will get lost. I don't really want to rely on a machine to translate my thoughts or my language for me all the time. I mean, it's good to use at the moment, but sometimes the translation isn't perfect. Well, thank you, Ryan Stock. It's been watching me for years. Great content. Thank you for the $2.79. Appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you for the support. Guangdong Museum. Doesn't look like they're open today, actually. Well, that explains it. It's almost closing time. It's 9 to 17. So it won't make sense to visit now. It's 4:34 right now. You have like less than half an hour to see the museum if you go in now. Ryan says the bubble gum will be on you. I don't really see that much bubble gum for sale here, to be honest. Donald's wondering how tall and stories on that building. I'm not sure which building you're referring to. There's so many skyscrapers here. There's also the Canton Tower behind me, and that's the tallest structure in Guangzhou. Charles Patrick is asking how are they reporting Trump's trade deal with China and China. I'm not sure. I haven't been following the news here. I don't have time to watch the news here, especially since I don't really understand Chinese that well. Connie says, do most people there speak English at least a little bit? I think they'll say like hello and thank you, and they know bye bye and basic things like that. But if you want to get them to speak more, you really have to speak with someone who studied English. Hey, Procter & Gamble has a building here, P&G. Jamie is asking if you want to visit Shanghai for a week. How much US money should I save for a nice hotel, airfare, and the rest of your message got cut off. I'll say this much. When I stayed in Shanghai, it was much less than what I anticipated. I'm gonna look up my hotel that I stayed at in Shanghai. But in terms of airfare, I'm not sure where you're flying from, so that really depends, and will calculate the most in your airfare costs. So I paid $583 for a week to stay in Shanghai. That comes out to $83 a night. I would say if you want to do Shanghai comfortably, budget $1,000 for the week, just on hotel and like food and attractions and shopping, transportation, all that. Airfare is separate. Christian says food and transport daily. Well, food, I would say for the average meal, I'm paying like maybe $6 for food and drink for one meal. And as far as transportation, the metro, most rides, they'll only cost like 50 cents, 30 cents. If I go really far, it's like $1. If you order a taxi, it could be like $3, $4 for a like average, well, I shouldn't say average, like a very short, like 15, 20-minute drive. It really shocked me how affordable China is in terms of transportation and food. With lodging, you can get some great deals as well. And I recommend when you're booking hotels and flights and transportation within China to use trip.com, because I think trip.com is a local Chinese like travel website, and they have like the best deals on hotels that I've found. Jesus says you should probably go to China then. Seems even cheaper than a Hawaiian vacation. Yeah, when I went to Oahu, it was pretty expensive. And the place I stayed wasn't even like a quarter as nice as the place I'm staying at now. In fact, I would even go to say like most of the properties that you stay at in Oahu and like the Waikiki area are pretty old in comparison. Is Suku supposed to be a hotel? I think this is like a mall. Nate's is saying, hi AK, wow, you've been in Asia so long. Did you leave the US permanently? I still have China on my bucket list. Thanks for sharing all the China site tours. Oh, you're welcome. Right now I've been living in the moment, and I really think you should put China on your travel list. There's a lot to see here, and I don't really think you can see everything in China. It's such a large place. This sky bridge is something else. Yep, this is a shopping mall. It is a shopping mall for sure. What do you think of this shopping mall? Hey Neats, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate the support, Neats. Thanks for watching. Look at this Vietnamese restaurant. Pho Nam. This has to be the most modern area of Guangzhou, hands down. Oh, perfect. There's a recycling bin here. I can get rid of my plastic water bottle. Look, there's the Canton Tower framed between the two buildings. Jerry says, looks like rain clouds. Yeah, but there's a 20% chance of rain. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we are in the rainy season for this part of China. Yesterday there was a rainy forecast too, but it didn't rain. Kind of strange how they have a staircase going up to the escalators. There must have been some reason why they couldn't extend the escalators to the ground. Oh yeah, Jerry, the infamous elevator in Vietnam where it opens up into the staircase. Haven't encountered anything like that yet in China. This is a really nice pedestrian walkway. You look up, you see all these tall buildings. Ryan says might rain 30%, but if it does, it'll be a torrential downpour. Well, the good news is there's plenty of buildings around, so I could always hide in one of them until the rain passes. We're back here. Who's the guy in the poster? I'm not sure. It's written Lao Wan Mui. Maybe that's his name. There's a bird. There's even a nightlife area here. The Barshing Night Bazaar. Jamie's asking how my leg is. You feel so bad I have to walk so long in my videos, especially with the tour of the Great Wall. And it was an incline with all those steps. Are you healed up enough? Hey, you don't really have to feel so bad for me because I enjoy walking. As far as my leg goes, my leg hasn't really been bothering me at all. Besides the usual, like overworking it, and then I have to rest for, a day or two to get my strength back or get a massage. But it's my foot that got broken last year, and that's still swelling up just a little bit. I mean, it's not to the extent where it was before swelling up, but it doesn't really bother me in day-to-day activities anymore. It feels like it's like maybe 85-90% back to normal now. Yeah, Jerry, walking the Great Wall of China is definitely a workout, especially if you do steep sections. Luke, I haven't really encountered a hot dog in China, to be honest. You don't really see too much Western food here. Like even at the hotels I stayed at, and I know I've heard this from a lot of people too, you don't even see that many Western style breakfast items. Like it's unusual that you'll find scrambled eggs, French toast, bacon. But the most like Western breakfast items that you'll find is like croissants and cereal. I know a lot of people when they wake up, they desire that Western breakfast. They want their scrambled eggs and their toast, their bacon or sausage, and that's not offered in many places in China. Instead, my hotel is serving up like steamed vegetables, fried rice, noodles, congee, and that's quite unusual for a lot of people to eat for breakfast. They may not be used to it. But for me, I can eat that kind of stuff for breakfast. I don't care if it's a, Western style breakfast or a Chinese breakfast. It's all delicious to me. This is such a beautifully designed area. Connie, it really depends. I find a lot of times the Chinese, they like to have congee for breakfast or basic noodles, sometimes rice rolls. They'll have hard-boiled eggs, maybe a little bit of bread. Yeah, Christian, they're pretty helpful, the front desk and concierge at the hotel. But they may not speak English all the time. Yeah, Christian, they're definitely useful, the translation apps. Or better yet, if you know how to speak a little bit of Chinese, it helps a lot. Look at this. The building next to this glass building is reflected on the glass building. That's crazy. I think I might take a picture of this. This looks kind of cool, actually. Yeah, Link, it really is massive, the size of some of these Chinese cities. I would say that the most modern Chinese city that I've been to, though, is right here, Guangzhou, China. And it's definitely the most walkable of the tier 1 cities that I've been to, that being Beijing and Shanghai. Beijing I didn't really find too walkable except for maybe a few tourist sites. The city is just very spread out and wide roads, which make it very uneasy to cross the street sometimes. Poke says he thought the most modern one is Shenzhen. Well, Shenzhen's pretty modern too, but I didn't really find it as modern as Guangzhou, especially with a central business district like this, like a big pedestrian mall like this. I didn't really encounter something like this in Shenzhen. So this is the extent of the Zhujiang new town on the north end. On the other side of this mall is Huangpu Avenue. And past that is towards the Tianhe Sports Center area. And there's also a few large shopping malls over there too. I went to see some of them yesterday. Keepers of the Light asking me if I moved to China or you're just touring the country for a vacation. Well, I like to say I'm living in the moment right now, and I'm really enjoying it. Because with certain events that happened about 4 or 5 years ago, as well as me breaking my foot last year, puts a lot of things in perspective. How if we have the opportunity to explore and be in the best possible place and the most meaningful places that we desire, to really take advantage of that. Carl's asking how's the air quality over there. The city is very impressive. I find the air quality here is very good. In fact, it's much better than Beijing. Many times we really take our health for granted, and even sometimes when we have our health, sometimes external events prevent us from doing the things that we want to do. And I've had a lot of reflection to do, especially like 4 or 5 years ago when the world had all these global lockdowns and certain people and media trying to like pit people against each other for not following the health codes or what they wanted as specifically as they wanted to. It didn't really leave a good taste in my mouth. And I was actually a little bit like annoyed that I couldn't really control my life as much as I wanted to back then. At that time, I really wanted to like branch out and explore some more, but the world at that time didn't really offer me that opportunity. So I really had to live my life a little bit differently, so to speak. And I'm glad that I'm appreciating my life every day and really experiencing the best of what I can do. This cat is just munching at these grasses here. Num 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 num. Hubble telescope asking if COVID is still a big issue there. I tested positive recently from a leftover test kit, and back then I would have needed to isolate for like 14 days. Now it's no big deal. Yeah, it's really strange how like a few years pass and now like a lot of the things that authority and media told us to like isolate back then because of certain illnesses, we don't really have to do that anymore. It's kind of like the world moved on from that. I even went to, the epicenter of it all, where it started, or supposedly started, in Wuhan, China. And the city was recovering a lot from COVID. There's still a lot of closed businesses, especially near the wet market, where it was supposedly first detected. But nowadays, I think people are kind of tired of the lockdowns and everything that they've been practicing like 4 or 5 years ago. And kind of like what I said when I did that Wuhan walk near the wet market, I'm really, really happy that the world didn't end like many people like predicted it would have, and we're still around. I mean, I don't really like to think back to those times, but it was just a really, really dark period. Even having like friends and family members like talk badly about other people just because they, their healthcare ideas. I mean, it even happened to me when I did live streams back in 2020. People were calling me like such nasty things just for being outside. They were telling me to stay home, and I might like cause someone else to like catch something, and oh my gosh. The Mall of the World Central Courtyard. Hey, thank you Ryan Stock for the $6.99. I'm heading out. Have a good rest of your afternoon. Great live stream as always. Appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day or evening, morning, wherever you are. Thank you so much. Don't miss out. The Reese said it was all a lie. Well, that's the thing I've realized in my life. Many times we are told certain things for them only to be lies. Later on, we're told to believe in something. Even the word believe has the word lie in the middle of it. Have you ever noticed that? They don't make it sound like the word lie is in the middle of believe, but it's there. It's another entrance to that shopping mall down there. Take a look at this beverage advertisement. This is for liang cha, which is like a cooling tea. They have it right in front of this view of the Canton Tower. Very beautiful. Let's walk inside here for a little bit. I want to show you some of the food options they have. There's a lot of people here. What is this, like special pastries? Oh, look at the size of that. That's sugar cane.
肠、口腹新品、雷椒皮蛋荞麦拌面，还有沙煲饭、小石头火野，欢迎进店品尝。
It's interesting the way restaurants entice people to come into the place and dine. They have voice amplification and they're advertising what they have. Sometimes they even have like a pre-recorded message on a megaphone on repeat. So many food options around here. Yeah, there's 7-Eleven in China. I think I might wrap up this live stream soon. I like to get something to eat. Just looking at all that food, it makes me hungry. I guess this is a popular photo op spot right here. I like to see the pictures once they finish taking them. They're making some pretty funny poses. They have professional photographers telling them what to do. I'm gonna do something now. Let's put this down. And we'll see how this turns out, shall we? I don't think this is gonna work well because my tripod is very small, not very tall. I'm gonna use the front facing camera because I don't know what it's gonna look like. Yeah, it's not really a good view from here. Yeah, not happy with the view. My camera's not good here. I need a long tripod like they do. I kind of knew it also. I gotta come up here. All right. Well, I guess I'll wrap it up here, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. If you did, then hit the like button for me. Subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.